Guys, we might actually be in trouble here. Splatoon 3 Sizzle season is over. This is serious drama and news dropped by the devs today, and the community right now, the Splatoon community, is in shambles. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel to show the sadness you feel when you see this weapon. Let's get into it, guys. Before we get into the main point, we got some new reveals of new variants coming into Splatoon 3 Sizzle season. Now, I'm not gonna lie, we're starting off hot because the Light Tetra Dualies has such a cool kit, has Sprinkler, but it also has Zipcaster. Now, I think it's amazing for this particular weapon to get Zipcaster because it's so great with movement, and it could literally just like go from one place and then start using 4 rows in another place. Like, I think that's cool. By no means, I don't think it's gonna be super easy to even wield or use. So, you know, people are gonna be using it, but you know, you're only gonna be really seeing people who can really utilize the Tetra Dualies at its fullest to actually be able to do it well. So that's one thing. Sprinkler's not so bad on it too, mainly because it's just like, I don't even really feel like you use the sub-weapon as much with this particular weapon. So just having a Sprinkler, if it's even buffed, then yeah, Sprinkler's gonna be fine. So I think this Light Tetra Dualies kit is you know, really good. I'm pretty sure Chase is extremely happy about this, so let's move on. We also got the Sorella Tent Umbrella that has Ink Mine and Trizuka. Now, I think this is an amazing kit for this particular weapon. I think it works extremely well. Just having a shield just to actually block any incoming shots while being able to use your Trizuka is actually really nice. It's a super nice combo for just the weapon itself. And I think Ink Mines especially work with this weapon well too. It's just the thing that the weapon itself just needs to get a little bit of a buff. So that's kind of what I feel. I mean, out of all the Brellas, I think this weapon is still like fairly decent. The Brella class right now is a little bit eh. I mean, specifically with the TENTA Brella, I feel like it just needs to be a little bit quicker in terms of like getting its canopy out and being able to move on with that. So, you know, if they fix that part, then I feel like both TENTA Brellas would actually be really good because I think that Vacuum 1 Beacon one is solid, but you know, the weapon just needs to work. So that's all I gotta say. Right, so we move on to the Anarchy Splattershot Nova, and we already knew the kit from this weapon from looking into the S-Blaster video and the Paintbrush video. We know that this has Ink Mine and Inkjet. Now, you know, I think the kit is decent. I think Inkjet works well with the weapon. I'm not too sure how strong it's going to be in terms of Ink Mine. I feel like the other Nova is probably still going to be more used in comparison to this one, but it is a solid weapon to get Inkjet, and I think the design of the weapon actually looks really cool. So I don't have really much else to say with it, but I feel like it'll be a fun weapon to play, hopefully. I mean, I think I can have fun with it. Right, guys, we are now into the main bread and butter of this video, and it is this thing that you see on the screen right here. Now, I'm going to tell you guys this weapon's kit that is just made the Splatoon community go into shambles, and everyone's just thinking, alright, it's time for Splatoon 4. Right, so this weapon is the Splatana Wiper Deco. It has Squid Beacon. Okay, Squid Beacon, not bad. TENTA Missiles. It has TENTA Missiles, yes. Oh god, I woke up this morning and I was just like, there's no way they give this weapon TENTA Missiles. With the amount this thing paints currently, right now, have we seen from the previous wiper, it paints incredibly well. Incredibly well. And at the same time, the main weapon is really strong. Especially in the start of the game, people kind of didn't touch the wiper that much, mainly because Ultra Stamp was a little bit eh, but Ultra Stamp is much stronger now. It's an actual special now, which is great, and Torpedo is also really good. So that particular Splatana Wiper right now is really strong. They also gave the new variant a very strong kit. I think Beacon on this weapon is actually really good because I feel like the Wiper is a more upfront weapon, or a weapon that can hold its own more up front, so being able to traverse its way and get into places to actually put beacons down aggressively is something that this particular wiper will be able to do really well. Is really good, because of course the weapon paints extremely well, so being able to farm those missiles as fast as possible is going to be really good for this weapon. And yeah, just that thought alone is like really scary. All jokes aside and all scary, you know, end of the world Armageddon aside, if you want my honest opinion of that, even though this weapon, of course, is very, very strong, and like no doubt, as in the current meta we're in, this weapon will do wonders. I have the feeling that it's not going to be something that we're going to have to worry about too much. And here's why. Now, if you do remember, TENTA missiles were nerfed. It's actually one of the reasons why not a lot of people actually play Reflux anymore, or Flingzerola. Well, people still do play them every now and then for like the TENTA missile, basically. However, after that nerf, it definitely isn't as used as much as they were before. Now, will people probably play this particular wiper for the missiles much more? 100% yes, not gonna lie. However, I feel like this particular wiper is going to be played a little bit more defensively. I have the feeling it's not going to be as fight heavy like the other wiper. You're going to be wanting to maintain your beacons. You're going to be wanting to save your TENTA missiles. So a lot of the time, you're not going to be like upfront fighting like the other wiper might be, especially paired with the torpedo, which helps it a bunch. Like the only thing that this weapon has going for it in terms of fighting is when it does have the TENTA missiles, because I feel like this weapon would be able to play off it. Why I also think it has going for it is that when it's challenged, I feel like this weapon would be able to fight for itself pretty dang well compared to the Reflux and compared to the Flingzerola currently. So this is pretty much why it seems really, really good. And, you know, undoubtedly this weapon is really, really good. As the kit is amazing. I'm not gonna lie, the kit is really amazing. Like, if you want to play like a quick respawn team, this weapon's perfect. Like, you should have this weapon if you're running a lot of quick respawn, because if you're putting beacons down optimally, like, it's just endless spawning. This like by far, this would be the best beacon weapon in the game right now, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I'm not too sure how I'm feeling about this one. It's kind of like I know it's gonna be strong, but like I don't feel like it's gonna like be the end all be all, like jokes aside, because I'm making it sound like, oh, it's the end of the world. It kind of does. I mean, at first glance, yeah, it does seem like the end of the world, but I want to like reassure people that we might be okay. There is a might in that sentence, so yeah. One thing I also wanted to add during the recording is that I feel like my opinions in terms of this weapon stems a lot from a competitive point of view in terms of like 4 vs 4. So if you're playing like solo, basically Anarchy Series and X Battle, this potentially might not affect you too much. Like you probably won't even really feel like the craziness in terms of the Wiper Deco. So yeah, competitive might be a little bit of and casual, and you know, just, you know, chilling, just playing the game at, you know, high level and just, you know, having fun. That might not affect you too much. Yeah, it's a really interesting time, guys. A really interesting time for Sizzle season. Sizzle season is cooking and it's sizzling right now, and it might be a little bit burnt. I'm not too sure. I don't know what to say, guys. I mean, all I gotta say is just, what do you guys think in the comment section below? Like, this is gonna be a time. We got this thing coming under the horizon. It's like a week left till Sizzle season. Yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video if you're sad about this, or you're worried or scared. Subscribe for extra comfort, because I'll be there to let you know that it might be okay. Might. Yeah, might. Just don't say it's not gonna be just okay. It might be okay. Alright. Have a good one, guys.